Good morning and welcome back to Bali. I have not been filming this week because I have been absolutely exhausted. This 300-hour training has been full on, quite intense, but it's been really, really beautiful and I've learned a lot. So I'm excited to share with you some of the things that I've learned. One of our assignments yesterday was to create a sequence that was opening for the chakras. The chakras have always been a very difficult thing for me to incorporate into my teaching practice because I've never felt completely at union with them. And what I'm beginning to realize through this training is that even if you aren't tapped into subtle energies and maybe the chakras are a little bit beyond you philosophically, they're really a beautiful way of learning how to relate with your environment, how to relate with yourself and society at whole. So we came up with a creative sequence, which will be throughout the practice a little bit dabbed in and there, but only moving from the first chakra up to the fifth. So starting at the base of the spine and moving up to the neck and the throat. The Shuddha is here. So this is our creative center where we breathe from, where we give life. And our chakra Muladhara, which is our root chakra, is where we kind of ground in, where we root ourselves, where we feel connected to the world. So we'll move from that connection up to the throat throughout the practice. And I'll let you guys know kind of in different postures, the benefits there for which chakra it is and why we're doing it. But let's go ahead and first just kind of move through our salutations to get our breath and our movement in union. And we'll start at the top of our mat in Tadasana. So starting at the top of the mat, grounding the feet down, have the heels apart, arms alongside the body, palms shining forward, and just shut the eyes down. So the beginning of our practice is always a time to check in, to really drop into the body. Really ground down through the feet, let our roots dig into the earth. Let our shoulders drop, release any tension in the face. And really just connecting in here with Mula Bandha, which in that first chakra, Muladhara, this is that feeling as if we're sucking up through the pelvic floor and really grounding in. So we'll take Mula Bandha throughout the practice here, really pulling in at the pelvic floor. It's that feeling of tightness, as if you can't stop peeing, trying to stop peeing. Open the eyes, look forward. And on an inhale, reach up with the arms. Hands come to heart center, exhale. And again, reach up at the top, inhale. Hands to heart center, exhale. Reach up, inhale. This time, take the left wrist, bring the feet together and pull towards the right. Find length here through the left side body. So just stretching laterally here. Come back through center, take a hold of the right wrist, hips to the right, hands to the left. Come back through center. On an exhale, fold down to the earth. Inhale, come up halfway. Exhale, hands down to the ground, plank position. Inhale here at the top. Come down, chaturanga. Exhale here. Inhale, forward, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Step the right foot forward. Left heel down, reach up, warrior one, Virdrasana one. So we're still just working to really ground in here, ground through the feet, still working into Muladhara, so that root chakra will really connect with the mat, connect with our breath. So really sink in here to that right knee. Let the shoulder blades drop down the back, belly in. Inhale. Hands to the earth. Plank position, down to chaturanga, exhale. Forward, upward facing, inhale. Hips back, exhale. Downward facing dog. Left foot forward, right heel down to 45 degrees. Inhale, reach up. Virabhadrasana 1. So as we ground through all corners of the feet, we really feel the roots ground in. Our breath becomes more comfortable. So getting comfortable with the stillness in this position. Deep breath in. Hands to the earth, plank position. Exhale, chaturanga. Forward, upward facing, inhale. Downward facing, exhale. Slowly walk the feet forward to meet the hands at the front of the mat. Forward fold, Uttanasana. So the hands just hang down, chest draping over the thighs. Reach all the way up to standing, inhale. Exhale, heart center. Reach up, inhale. Fold forward, exhale. Step the right foot back, right heel down. Reach up, inhale, warrior 1. To the ground, chaturanga. Exhale. Forward, upward facing, inhale. Hips back, downward facing, exhale. Left foot forward. Nope, left foot back. Right foot forward. Left heel down, reach up, warrior 1. Inhale. Hands to the earth. Exhale, chaturanga. Forward, upward facing. Downward facing, breathe here. So you may choose to walk forward or bend into the knees and hop forward. But on the next inhale, choose your route to get to the front of your mat. Forward fold, Uttanasana. Reach all the way up to standing, inhale. Hands to heart center, exhale. One more here. Reach up, inhale. Bow forward, exhale. This time, left foot back, left heel down. Warrior 1, reach up, inhale. To the floor, chaturanga, exhale. Forward, upward facing, inhale. Hips back, downward facing, exhale. Left foot forward, right heel down, reach up, warrior 1, inhale. Hands to the earth, exhale, chaturanga. Forward, upward facing, inhale. Downward facing, exhale. 5 full breaths here. So we move through these sun salutations to just really ground in with the environment around us, with our mat, with ourselves. So let yourself breathe here. Come back into that natural rhythmic breathing. Slow the heart rate. Full deep breaths in and out of the nostrils. Inhale, bend into the knees. Exhale, float forward or walk forward. Uttanasana. Sink the hips deep here, reach forward with the arms, and then up, Utkatasana, chair pose. So sinking into the hips here. And as we do engage Mula Bandha here in the deep root, that feeling as if You're trying to stop peeing, you're cinching everything up. We also engage through Uddiyana Bandha, so that's right in the belly, the deep belly. So pulling belly to spine, locking our energy in here, sinking a little bit deeper. Still working to root and ground into the earth. Hands come to heart center, revolve open to the right side. So left elbow on the right knee. Pravarita Utkatasana, or revolved chair pose. Sink a little bit deeper. Look down at the feet. Bring the left foot up to its tiptoes and then send it to the back of the mat. So that revolved low lunge now. So we're beginning to move into our second chakra, which is Svadhisthana, opening the hips a little bit more here. Deep breath in. Come to the left side, bend into the left knee, right toes up towards the ceiling, Ninja Warrior. So opening the chest here, really getting that space here between the hips. And we'll really work here into that pleasure center, the pelvic basin of Svadhisthana. So this is our lake of emotions that lies in the basin of the pelvis. As we move through the practice, we balance those emotions, that fluid here. Full breath in. Come up, wide fold, hands to the earth, fold down. So pigeon toe the feet in, and just fold in here. Let your head drop down towards the floor. And bring your hands in line with the feet. So pressing through the palms and really trying to bring your head down. Come up halfway, inhale. Exhale, fold again and walk the hands to the right ankle. So left hand to the outside of the right ankle, right arm reaching up. We twist open. So again, working with Svadhisthana, these wide open hips. And our twists begin to also move into the fourth chakra, or the third chakra. We're not there just yet, but I will explain that in due time. Come back down through center, moving to the left foot, right hand to the outside of the left foot, left arm reaching up. Slowly coming back down, come through center. And if you have a tripod headstand in your practice, bring your head down to the earth, hands in line with the feet, creating a shelf here with the elbows. And if you don't have a tripod headstand, just stay here in your Prasarita Padottanasana and just work into that wide fold. So if you're taking tripod, legs lift. Pull the belly in, engage the Uddiyana Bandha and Muladhara, Mula Bandha. And slowly come back down. Inhale, come up halfway. Exhale, slowly walk forward around the right foot and take a hold of your right big toe. Set the left heel down as you open to side plank, Vajrasthana, with this big toe bind. So we're still really working into the open hips here, Svadhisthana. And then drop the right foot down behind you. Open through the chest, reach back, finding that back bend. So we move here now into Manipura, into our third chakra, opening the chest, finding these back bends. Manipura is that whole space here in the midsection, all the organs. Slowly come back and press to downward facing dog. Breathe here. Bend into the knees and float forward. Forward fold, Uttanasana. Drop the hips low, reach forward. Inhale, Utkatasana, chair pose once again. So moving into the other side here, we've worked first through third chakras here. So we'll go through the other side before moving on. So deep inhale. Hands to heart center, revolve to the left this time. Right elbow outside the left knee. Nice open chest and press hands to heart center. We're pressing the feet in here, so we're still rooting through that first chakra. Sink the hips and make sure the knees are in line. Inhale. Look at the feet. Send the right foot to the back of the mat. Low revolved lunge here. Deep breath in. Come to the back of the mat, to the right, bend into the right knee, left toes up towards the ceiling. Ninja warrior. So still opening into the hips here, Svadhisthana, and really controlling that sea of emotions here in the pelvic floor. Come back through center, fold in, Prasarita Padottanasana. Head down to the earth. I've got a ledge here, so I'm going to try to not fall off of it. And walk the hands over to the left foot, right hand to the outside of the left ankle, left arm reaching up. Come down through center, walk to the right foot, left hand to the outside of the right foot, right arm reaching up. Bring the hands down through center. Head to the earth. If you have tripod headstand, feel free to take it here. Palms pressing it in. Come to the top of the head. Lift the feet up. I'm going to try to not fall off the ledge behind me. So really engaging through Uddiyana Bandha and Mula Bandha. So deep in the pelvic floor and belly into spine here. So cinching our energy in. Slowly let the feet go wide. Come back down, wide straddle. And slowly walk the hands to a low lunge around the left foot. Take a hold of the left big toe on an inhale. And slowly extend up, Vajrasthana side plank. Exhale. So hips are high here, pressing through that bottom palm. Feel your breath here. Rooting down through that right foot. Drop the left foot down behind you. Opening up, wild thing. So opening into our chest here, slowly coming into those back bends. So we slowly work into Manipura. Come back through center. Inhale, bend into the knees. And exhale, jump through. So come down to a seat. Feet out in front of you. And bring our hands alongside the body, as if we were coming into Dandasana. We won't stay here for long, so it's not a full Dandasana. But pressing through the palms here, begin to lift your hips. And press your feet into the ground. Purvottanasana. So reverse plank here. Hips are nice and high, chest is open. We begin to move into Anahata, which is our heart chakra. So opening our chest. Slowly bring the hips down. Cross the feet. Shift your weight forward onto the palms. And jump back. Come down to your belly. Bend the knees back behind you. Take a hold of the inside of the ankles. And on an inhale, peel the chest up. Press the feet up towards the sky or the ceiling. Knees in together, and we're balancing here on our belly. So this can also help in Manipura to all those internal organs there in the belly. But also we're opening our chest into Anahata, moving up the body here into the heart. One more breath. Let go. Press back up to plank and back to downward facing dog. Come down onto the forearms. And we're going to do Pincha Mayurasana. So onto the forearms, walk the feet up. And if this is as far as you can go, you haven't done forearm stand, just press through the forearms, working into the shoulders. And maybe you just stay here and lift one leg up. Feel the shoulders gain strength. Feel the stretch here into the back of the legs. And then move to the other side. So play with this, or if you have Pincha, really ground down through the forearms on an inhale, and then lift both legs up. Balancing here on the forearms, creating shoulder strength. And we move into Vishuddha. So the fifth chakra. This works into the throat, any position where we're breathing, and especially in our inversions. Come down to the knees. Sit back onto the heels, child's pose for a moment, Balasana. So we just find our breath. We're going to go through this one more time in Pincha. Coming back onto the forearms. Tuck the toes under, press the hips up. Walk the feet in and choose whether or not you're going to balance with both legs up towards the sky or just extending one leg up and then the other. If this is your first time doing it, it's very important to ground down through the forearms and really engage Mula Bandha and Uddiyana Bandha. So it feels like you're sucking the belly in, bringing the hips directly over the shoulders and pressing heels or toes up. So creating that upward current of energy. And slowly come down wherever you are. Whew, take a breath, sit back onto the heels. So this is our last final pose. We're going to come into headstand. And this is deeply in the Vishuddha chakra. Coming into that throat chakra, our inversions really ignite to create that downward and upward current of energy in the body, where we find our voices, where we find our creativity. So as we move into headstand, really focus on your breath. We're going to stay here for quite a bit. So bring the fingers to be interlaced together, pinkies on top so that you're not crunching underneath. Bring the hands down to the earth, forearms in, about shoulder width distance. And you're going to bring the crown of your head in between the palms here. So we're touching down about 3 fingertips past the hairline. Bring the hips up, maybe one knee into the chest first and then the other. Slowly unroll the hips and reach the legs up. So this unwinding of the body parts here. We're really pressing through our forearms. The crown of our head is barely doing any of the work. So when you find that you can breathe here easily, that fluid energy moving through the body, this is Vishuddha. Apparently it's time for me to wake up. A couple more breaths here. Maybe a couple more. And just challenge yourself each day to see how long you can stay in headstand comfortably and safely. If you're pushing into the forearms and you're not feeling this in the head or the neck, where you're definitely not supposed to feel it, then stay with it. Slowly come down. Sit back onto the heels. And just resting the palms open and upright towards the sky on the thighs. Shut the eyes down. And just taking in gratitude for showing up to your mat. Taking in gratitude for getting to know yourself a little bit more each time you come to this space. Palms together at heart center. Thumbs between the eyebrow center. Bowing down. Namaste. Waheguru, as my mentor here says, the teacher in me honors the teacher in you. So thank you guys for checking out the chakra system with me today. It's been a very fun experience to pull the chakras in and bring in these subtle energies into the physical practice, the physical asana practice. I hope to be creating more sequences like this, and just to really develop my own sense of the chakras as well. It's a very beautiful relational system that's been around for a very long time. So it's nice to just check in and give significance to each of your body parts. So just moving up from our roots to our crown, truly understanding our relationship with all parts of our body and tying it in together as we create a union physically and mentally with this system. Until next time, I hope that you will subscribe to the channel, share it with loved ones that might want a little bit of yoga in their life. If there's anything that you're specifically looking for in your practice, feel free to shoot me a message. I'm more than happy to help. And yeah, thank you guys so much for being here. I feel very lucky to be learning as a student here and also teaching and being surrounded by the beautiful wildlife of Bali.